Everyone tells you to chase your dreams. Follow your passion, trust the process, do what you love, and the money will follow. Build it and they will come. Nobody tells you what happens in between. The years where nothing follows yet, the months where you build and nobody comes. A path that most people around you can fully see or understand. I'm not here to tell you not to chase your dreams. I'm still chasing mine. But I'm here to tell you the things I wish someone told me before I started. 6 lessons, all of them learned the hard way, all of them true. I've been building ShigaPOV for 2 years. Before that, I ran a business with my brother. We built it from nothing, worked it into something real.
I see it now, the path is clear. No longer a mystery, just execution.
And sold it before the market changed. That was a win.
Yeah.
But even wins have lessons inside them. I've been through addiction and rebuilt from it. I've been through a conscious breakup, and it's something I loved. Because the direction was wrong. I've lived in Thailand and Bali, chased the version of freedom I thought I wanted before I understood what I was actually looking for. What I know about chasing dreams comes from actually doing it, across multiple domains, across multiple failures and real wins, across years of choosing uncertain path when the certain one was actually available. These are 6 things that path taught me. I couldn't have read my way into understanding this. The first harsh lesson: the dream you start chasing is almost never the dream you end up living. When I started this channel, I had a specific vision, a specific kind of content, a specific audience. A specific version of success that I was moving toward. 2 years in, the channel is real, but it doesn't look like I was imagined. It looks like something better, and something harder, and something that I couldn't have designed from the beginning, because I didn't yet know what I actually had to say. The dream involves, the vision updates. What you think you want at the start is usually a rough draft of what you actually want. The harsh part: many people quit when the dream starts changing, because they mistake evolution of their vision for evidence that they were wrong to start. They weren't wrong, they were just early. Nobody warns you about that. When you choose a path that the most people around you aren't on, the distance grows. Not because relationship breaks dramatically, because the gap in shared experience widens quietly. The people you love are still there, but the specific thing that you are doing, the specific world you are living in, they can't fully enter it with you. I felt this in the 2 years of building this channel, in the months of sharing with almost no one, in the specific loneliness of creating something you believe in without yet having the evidence that anyone else does. The loneliness isn't a sign that you do something wrong. It's a specific cost of making that you actually want, and learning to carry it, to keep creating without immediate validation, of being understood, is one of the most important skills the path will ask you for. There is a long period, sometimes months, sometimes years, when nothing visible is happening, where the work is going in and nothing seems to be coming out, when the metrics stay flat and the audience stays small, and every rational argument says you should redirect your energy somewhere with more return. And then seemingly suddenly something shift. A video finds its audience, a skill compounds, a connection happens that couldn't have happened without invisible years before it. The bamboo plant seeds spends its first 4 years growing entirely underground. You see nothing, the roots are building. In the first year it grows 19 feet in 6 weeks. I'm in the bamboo phase with this channel. I know the roots are building. I can't always see them, but I know because the work keeps revealing things about the craft that only comes from doing long enough in the invisible years. Don't quit the bamboo phase. That's the only lesson that actually matters. Nobody tells you that chasing your dreams will require you to become something new, and that becoming that person means that old version of this person had to dissolve. I went through this during the addiction. I went through it in recovery. I went through this when I closed the business and redirected everything into creative work.
Subscribe on ShigaPOV channel. Subscribe on ShigaPOV channel.
Every time the dream requires a new version of me, the transition was unforgettable. There was a period where I didn't quite fit into what I was before and hadn't fully arrived at who I will become. The gap, the identity transition zone, is where most people quit. Not because the work is too hard, but because they don't recognize themselves anymore and mistakes that disorientation for being lost when actually they are just becoming. This one surprised me the most. When the business sold, I expected celebration. I got a relief, then a strange flatness. When a video did well, I expected sustained satisfaction. I got a moment of it, and then the next video was already pulling at me. The wins arrive, they were real, but they don't feel the way you imagined when you were grinding toward them. Psychology calls this arrival fallacy, the gap between imagined arrival and actual arrival. But the deeper lesson isn't that wins don't matter, is that the wins are not the point. The point is who you become in the pursuit. The point is the craft getting sharper. The point is understanding deepening. The wins are evidence, not a destination. Learn to feel them and then keep moving. The doubt doesn't arrive when things are going badly. It arrives when you are the most exposed, when you are committed to something publicly, when you've gone too far to easily turn back, when you've started building something real enough to be worth losing. That's when the voice gets loudest. What do you think you are? What makes you qualified? What if nothing of this works? I felt this at every significant moment of building this channel. And the only honest thing I can tell you that the doubt is not a signal to stop.
It is a lie. They know.
The doubt is a signal that you are doing something right. Safe things doesn't generate things like that, the resistance like that. Only things that matter generate resistance like that. The question is never will the doubt arrive. It will. The question is, what do you do when it does? The answer I keep coming back to, you keep going anyway. Not because the fear goes away, but because the alternative,
Subscribe on ShigaPOV channel.
a life shaped by fear, is the only outcome that would actually be a failure. 2 years, still building, still learning, still in a bamboo phase in many ways. And I wouldn't undo any of the harsh lessons. Not the loneliness, not the identity dissolving, not the wins that felt different from what expected, not the doubt that arrives at the worst moment. Because each one taught me something that the comfortable path will never taught me. Chasing your dreams is not a story with finishing line. It's a way of being in your own life, a commitment to the ongoing process of becoming who you actually capable of being at the cost of who you currently are. That cost is real, but so is what you get for it. Tell me in comments another harsh lesson that you learned from chasing your dream. Press like and subscribe. We will go deeper and let's rise together. Have a good flight, fam.